Hey everyone, and welcome back to Love at First Sight. We're going to continue right where we left off. Alrighty, the next day, lunch. I'm going to try and find Sachi again today, but first, alright, I'll help. I need some help, but let's make it quick. We're holding a war council as we're finishing our lunches. Quick it is. Oh, I'm not in voice. What do you think is the best way to become friends with her? What makes you think I know? Okay, no, not just her, I mean in general. How do you make friends? Didn't you have any friends at your old school? Well, yeah, but then you should know, shouldn't you? No, it's not like I had to try to make friends. I just became friends with some people without even realizing it, I guess. That's why I need advice. That's kind of what happens to everyone. Okay, my turn now. Akimi, who'd been silent up until now, suddenly shouts, startling me. Honestly, I don't think she'll have any useful advice on this subject, but I want to eat my lunch, so I stayed quiet and let her talk. Makun, oh man, it seems so weird saying that. Makun, the answer is simple. You just have to remember when you first met us. It's a little depressing if our first meeting is the only frame of reference she has. When I met you? Yeah, because we became friends pretty easily, of course. It's not like you could resist my fantastic charm, but still. No, at the time I was thinking, these guys are weird. I only got to know you out of morbid curiosity. Well, that's mean! The fact that you're able to get along with us nerds, I mean, you're also weird, doesn't it? I'm not denying that. No, I deny it. I don't know what you're worried about. You're more sociable than me and not as loud as Akimi. What are you guys all ganging up on me? Anyway, the point is that you don't want to scare her away, right? Yeah, pretty much. You're ignoring me again. And you were going to find her today, right? Yeah, I'm planning to. I just want to eat my lunch here. Last time I met her, having food with me just got in the way. Besides, I don't want to spend the entire lunch break with her and leave these two hanging. Oh, excuse me. Are you sure you can stand being away from us? Sometimes I think this guy can read minds. He really doesn't look like it, but he does care about other people. I think I'll manage. I'm more worried about leaving you alone with Akimi. Don't remind me. I do like having someone else around who can keep this fool in check. What did you just call me? I wonder if I should even go. You sure you can keep her in check on your own if I'm not here? Then again, Sachi should be finishing up her lunch soon. I've been finishing up my own lunch in a hurry as we were talking as well. Since Sachi's eating alone, she probably won't take long enough to finish food. Sachi? That one-eyed girl? Come to think of it, I don't remember her whole name. Ah, right. What was I calling her again? Ushisachi. I'll just call it like Ushu. That works. Sachi, huh? Well then she'll be Sachan. Then. When you finally introduce her to me, I'll call her Sachan. That reminds me, when I first met Akimi, she immediately gave me the nickname Makun, and that doesn't seem and she doesn't seem to care that I only been known for about a minute. Not that I dislike her, but the speed at which she gets close to people is a bit unsettling, at least to say the least. You've decided on a nickname for her before you've even met her? Well, I'm not the one who's going to meet her. Maku, hurry up and introduce her to us. Baka! I feel like that just needs to be in there. Yeah, I get it. In that case, I'd better hurry so Akimi doesn't have to think too hard and risk shorting out her brain. We're very mean to Akimi, but apparently we're good enough friends at this point. My brain isn't going to short out. Hey, wait a minute. Good luck. Thanks. I glance at the whining Akimi before packing up my lunch and leaving the classroom. Of course, there's no guarantee I'll actually will find her. Sachi is probably finishing her lunch by now, and I'm sure she'll go somewhere else when she does. There's a lot of possibilities she chose to eat somewhere else in order to avoid me. I guess I won't know until I go, though. Alright, oh, that was the time. Alright, she's here after all. Same place, same frightened look. Hey, how's it going? Hello? Is she on her guard again this time? She seems to be calmer than she did yesterday. It looks like she just finished her lunch. Her lunchbox is closed. Now what do? I suppose I should think of something to say first of all. I'm not trying to scare you or anything. I just want to be friends, you know? Friends? Her darting eyes tell me that I still don't have her trust yet. The only thing I can tell for sure is that she's suspicious of me. Yeah, do you not want me here? You don't have to leave, but in that case, can I talk to you for the rest of the lunch break? Okay. Great, she hasn't rejected me yet. Alright, thanks. I sit down on the stairs next to her, same as yesterday. What were you talking about yesterday? Oh, right, something about books? Yeah, books. You like reading books, right? Do you read manga and stuff? I like reading novels, mostly just novels. I see, so you don't like manga then? No, I like them, it's just I don't have any money for manga. Novels either. I borrow them from the library. The school's library, I mean. They don't have manga. So that's it. Hey, if you want, I can lend you some of my manga. Oh my gosh, this brings me back to this like high school when I let people borrow my manga. I was like the manga like cash cow. Everyone was like, give me manga. I have a few novels too, not just manga, but I figure that she'd be more interested in what she hasn't gotten as much of a chance to read. Are you sure? Yeah. What genres do you like? I mean, I don't have a ton, but my collection's not too small either. I can lend you some of my favorites. Is it really okay? You shouldn't go out of the way for me. I said it's fine. It's not really a big deal. I'm just happy we have something in common. I see. Thank you very much. If you have something you want to read, let me know. So what genres do you like? Any genre is fine, besides scary story or painful ones. Horror's a no-go then, eh? You don't have a favorite genre then? Sorry. There's no reason to apologize. Alright. The book you were reading yesterday, what was it? Can you let me see it again? Oh, this? She points at the book she has laid aside next to her. It's a science fiction book. Science fiction. You don't look like you'd be interested in that sort of thing. I read those too, actually. I really don't care about genre. If it's interesting, I'll read it. Anything that's interesting is good, right? This looks like a good book. Anyway, I'll try to choose some I think you'll like. Why don't I bring some of the ones I usually recommend to people? Okay, I'd really appreciate that. Yeah, no problem. By the way, how is this book? I've heard of it before, but I've never actually read it. It's okay, I guess. There's a lot less tension between us now than there was yesterday. Her voice is still shaky and afraid, but it looks like she's becoming a lot more comfortable with me. She may not be used to talking with other people, but it doesn't seem like she's opposed to a good conversation. And then the bell interrupts us. Time to go already, huh? But I guess at least I was able to talk to her more. There's something to be happy about. Oops, we should get going. Right. The two of us stand up and start heading down the stairs. Come back here tomorrow, okay? I'll bring some manga, I promised. Oh, okay. Mamaru-senpai? Is that my name? Mamaru-senpai? Yeah. I stop on the steps and turn back towards Sachi. Her voice is so quiet that it's hard to hear over the sound of her footsteps. I'm really sorry. Really, I don't mind lending out one or two books. It's not that, coming up and talking to me, what is she getting at exactly? Usually when people offer to do nice things for you, you say thanks, not sorry. Not that you have to bow or anything like that. Actually, I should be thanking you for talking to me. Sorry. Here you go again. Sorry, I mean, thanks. Thank you. Yep, I'm glad I can help. We're descending the stairs as we talk, and before I know it, we're at the second floor, where my class is. She's got one more floor to go since she's the first year student. Alright, this is my stop. See you tomorrow. Sure, tomorrow then. We go our separate ways. Sachi goes to the first floor while I return to my classroom on this floor. Oh, I forget to click through these blank pages. Well, I did it. I only just met her, but surprisingly we actually made a promise to meet up again. It's only been a day, but I feel like we've gotten much closer. While I'm in my afternoon classes, I think about the kind of manga I should lend to her, and try to remember what's on my bookshelf. I wonder what I would lend to her. That's a good question. I have so many. What would like a scared, timid girl like to read? It's a good question. And then the next day, and then I just picture Happy from Fairy Tale. And then, yep, morning. I enter my classroom and notice that Akemi and Tomo are already here. They both seem very confused as they look for me as they look me to the paper bag I'm holding. Whoa, Makun! What, are you opening up a store? I was talking with Sachi a bit yesterday, and I told her I'd lend her some manga. I think you brought a few too many. Tomo sounds more surprised than anything. Yeah, I think you're right. The medium-sized paper bag I brought along seems to be sagging under the weight of the manga inside. Didn't you notice how heavy it was when you tried to lift it? I guess I didn't, somehow. Is Sachi at Amazon or something? She's gonna have a hard time carrying that bag home otherwise, you know. I'm starting to worry about that myself. I don't think it'll be impossible for her, but it probably will be hard. Don't you think it would have been better to give her the books to her a few at a time? I guess so. I'll let her borrow them all eventually, I suppose. Aside from that, though, I've got something more urgent I need to take care of right now. I quickly turn to Akemi and bow my head. Huh? What's up? Please let me see your homework. You didn't do it? This is the second time today I've heard Tomo sounding surprised. That's a new record, I think. No, yesterday I was looking through my bookshelves trying to find books I could lend to Sachi. I was flipping through each book to determine whether or not it would be good for her, and, well, that's all I ended up doing last night. We're saying you spent the whole day reading manga instead of doing your homework? I suppose that's it in a nutshell, so Akemi, could you help me out? Incidentally, there's a reason I'm asking Akemi. Despite the fact that she's kind of an airhead and personality-wise, she's actually a really good student. I wouldn't say she's smart exactly, but she does seem like a studious type. That's not to say that Tomori's... is that it? Tomori? That's what I'm gonna go with. Why not? I change the name every episode anyway. Tomori's grades aren't bad or anything, but it's easier to ask Akemi than him. I guess... I have trouble like getting like her voice and reading at the same time. It's great fun. Well, I guess I have to. I'll think of it as an investment into my future rendezvous with Sachan. Wait, don't put weird obligations on me. No, I'm just setting the table so I can meet her soon. Setting the table? We're not going out to eat. So you don't want to see my homework then? I will concentrate wholly on my work at hand, so please allow me to see it. Oh, very nice. Okay. Okay. Go upstairs. Lunchtime. Before I can think about which books I'm going to lend her, I have to haul all the manga I brought with me up the stairwell to the roof first. Hey, what's up? Hello, Maru-senpai. What's that? Her gaze shifted onto my paper bag. Does it really stand out that much? I picked out some manga for you to read, but I guess I brought a few too many. There are a lot. Do you walk to school? Yeah. I thought you might. I brought 2 or 3 different series, so go ahead and pick out the one you want to read. You can take a few at a time. I don't want to overload you. Sorry. Nah, I'm the one who should be apologizing. Anyway, check these out. Check them out. Okay. Okay. The bag crinkles as I dig my hand into it, and I pile up a tower of manga on the steps. I used to have so much manga in my bags, it was so bad. Sachi cautiously extends a hand towards the tower, but she looks like she's about to commit some grave sin. I guess she's never borrowed manga from anyone before. She looks scared for some reason. But she starts to sort through them, and as she's reading the summaries and flipping through the pages of the books, her expression loosens up a little bit. This one looks really interesting. Ooh, I saw a bunch of copies of this one lined up at the bookstore a little while ago. This one, if I remember right, they say they're going to make it into a movie. So, did you find one you really like? Yes, they all look so interesting. I can't decide. This one. And this one. Wait, no. This one. I wait patiently as Sachi begins to fidget restlessly and turn her head to me for guidance. There's no hurry. Pick whichever ones you want. The bell drowns out my sentence. More time had passed than I had realized. Sorry. Okay, I'll take this one and this one. Hey, are you doing anything after school, or are you going right home? I'm going right home. I can help you carry them to your house after class. Wait for me at the school's gates. I hastily pack the manga up in the paper bag, and before she can say anything, I'm already heading back down the stairs with the bag in my arms. Just before I turn the corner, I catch a glimpse of Sachi and say, "See you after school." Wait, senpai! Oh, she called me senpai! Having more or less forced this onto her, I have the shaken Sachi and return to my classroom. Oh yeah! Going to her house! After school! Bum bum bum! School gate time. I leave the school building carrying the heavy paper bag. I have no idea how far Sachi's house is from the school, but it wouldn't be right to make her carry all this home. Blah. Come to think of it, I don't even know where her house is. I don't know what I'm going to do if it's far in the opposite direction of my own home. No, I agreed to this. So even if it is in the opposite direction, I'll go all the way there. I really didn't think this through, did I? Now that I think about it, it's like I'm tricking her into showing me where her home is. Isn't that kind of creepy? If someone you've only known for a few days finds out where you live? Wait, if she does think I'm creepy... As I'm thinking about this, I leave the gates and survey the area. Where's Sachi? I suddenly worry that she silently left without me. I guess I was too pushy. I didn't even wait for her to agree and let me walk her home. If she decided to go home on her own, it wouldn't be out of place. Now I have no right to complain anyway. If that's the case, wouldn't she have come to my classroom to give me back my manga first? Senpai? Huh? No sooner did I hear her voice than I realized that she's standing next to me looking up. Where the hell did she come from? She really snuck up on me. Shall we go? I look over and confirm that it is in fact her next to me. Then watch as she quickly leaves the campus, staring at the ground with an uneasy expression. It seems like she wants to avoid being seen. I continue after her, hauling the heavy paper bag along. After 10 meters on, we turn down a narrow side road, and she slows down a little more normal pace, turning to look at me. She seems to have forgotten what she was about to say. Sorry for forcing you to do this. You must think I'm a jerk. No, you're not a jerk. I wouldn't go that far. I think I should go home alone. I don't want to cause you any trouble. I seem to think about it a bit before thrusting the manga-filled bag at Sachi. She hurriedly throws out her arms to try and take it, but... Eep! As I take my hands out of the bag, Sachi falls forward under its weight. The bundle of books lands with a deep thump as it hits the ground. Yep, turns out she isn't an Amazon after all. See, it's too heavy for you, isn't it? That's why I'm carrying it for you. If you hate me, though, You should just say so. Well, you're being a bit of an ass, dude. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, you're just like being a bit of a dick. I pick up the bag of manga again. But isn't it going to be a pain for you? Nope. If it was a pain, I'd tell you. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, Sachi. Aren't I the one being a pain here? If you think about it, isn't following someone home I barely know to their house kind of rude? No, I don't mind if it's you following me to my house. Really? Well, I'm glad then. So which way is your house? This way. Alright, let's get going. Okay. Nah. The two of us start walking at a steady pace side by side. Sachi takes short steps, but since I'm weighted down by the heavy books, I match her speed perfectly. What's up? Which way is your house? If it's in the opposite direction, I mean, if that's the case, I can carry the manga on my own. Interesting. Sachi started talking to me on her own. That makes me strangely happy. Ooh, even if it's only a minor thing. Mamoru-senpai? No worries. This isn't the street I usually take, but my home was in this direction. What street do you turn on? I don't turn. I mean, the street changes, but basically I head in this direction the whole way. I see. That's good. My house is pretty much straight ahead, so we're probably right in the same neighborhood. Did it take long for you to get to school? I think I'm pretty close. It doesn't take too long or anything. Is that so? Cool. Isn't that heavy? I think I should help you carry it. I'm telling you, it's fine. I did drag this all the way to school from my house this morning, you know. Oh, okay, sorry. Come on, I'm the one who's inviting myself to come along with you. There's nothing you need to apologize for. You're not doing anything wrong. Well, okay, thank you. No problem. Anyway, tomorrow's the weekend, isn't it? Don't worry about rushing through the books. Rushing through the books just to get them back to me. You have plenty of time, after all. Yeah, I guess so. Thank you. Oh, look at her smile. She's adorable. Sachi, you're so cute. The two of us lapse into silence for a little while as we continue on. Man, this episode's getting long. Maybe I should like cut this off at some point. I'm gonna try to get to the next arc story thing here. On the way, I noticed something. Even though we're generally headed in the same direction when we started, Sachi keeps changing streets. I think it's because she's avoiding streets with a lot of people on them. On top of that, whenever we get to the end of a street, she bows her head as she walks, looking down at the ground. Hey, is your house on the other side of the shopping mall? I want her to stop looking down, so I try to strike up a conversation again. No, we're not going that far. It's just a little farther from here. We should be able to see it soon. I see. My house is a little ways behind us. It's a different street, but we really are in the same neighborhood. Oh, really? That's my house over there. She points at a house. I mean, I do like the art in this. The art is like it's very nice. She points at a house a little ways ahead of us. Oh, this is your place, huh? We've arrived at a solitary, small, nondescript house. Thank you very much. I can take them up to my room from here. Okay, sure. I gently hand her the manga, being sure not to drop it into her arms this time. Then, with a metal clack, the door to Sachi's home opens. Surprised, the two of us turn toward the sound. The woman who comes out stares back at me for a moment, but she quickly focuses on Sachi, narrowing her eyes. Aunt Mayumi, are you going out? Sachi looks like she's about to cry as she lowers her head, trying to avoid looking at the woman. The person Sachi refers to Aunt Mayumi is a slender woman with the perfect posture and two normal eyes instead of one giant one. Yes, something urgent has come up at work, Sachi. Who is this boy? She looks me over top to bottom, her face grave and unsmiling. Her eyes creep onto the bag I gave to Sachi. She's beautiful, but her stare is so icy it sends shivers down my spine. This from school, a student. Sachi's voice is tiny, and she burrows her head again, flustered, and I'm not sure this woman can hear her. Should I try to point that out? She turns to Sachi, but before she can speak, I open my mouth. I am Fukunume something Mamoru. I recently transferred schools and I met Sachi a few days ago. I came with her so I could carry the bag of books and manga I'm letting her borrow. I tried to say this as politely as possible, but I'm probably talking way too quickly. I see. Mayumi? Was that her? Oh yeah, it was her name. I see. Thank you for doing that for her, Mamoru-kun. Her speech is polite, but she says this in a very flat tone, and it's hard to tell what she's thinking. Of course. Now, get going, Sachi. Since you're late, you'll have to eat alone. Okay. With that, the woman rushes out of the house. I watch her for a little bit and she turns the street corner, but she never looks back this way. A family member, huh? You called her your aunt? Yes, she's my mother's sister. I'm living with her right now. I see. I want to ask her about her family situation, but swallow the thought and ask what I think is more important. That woman, your Aunt Mayumi, does she treat you badly? No, not at all. I can't really seem to get that close to her, though. Oh. I don't know if Sachi's bad at telling lies or not, but it doesn't seem like a lie, at least. She might be getting her injuries from being bullied at school, after all, but without knowing how her family treated her, I couldn't be sure. Oh, okay. I'm going home. You can return your manga whenever. Oh, sure. Really, thank you very much. See you next week. Yeah, see you. Bye, Sachi! Sachi hoists the bag of manga up with a grunt and heads inside. After making sure she made it inside alright, I start walking towards my own house. I'm worried that our relationship isn't coming along as well as I had hoped. Dude, you just met her and you already walked her home. That's better than I could do in a month. But at least it didn't seem like she's being abused by her family. At any rate, I think we've gotten just a little bit closer than we were before, and I smile as I think about it. Oh. Oh, Sachi is so cute! Ah, she smiled! Oh, but she's kind of adorable. She's really growing on me. Anyway, guys, I have been Fatal Ferret, and we have been playing Love at First Sight. Please leave your rating if you liked it, and I will see you on the next episode. Bye-bye!